Imagine waking up in the middle of the night and hearing whispers. Someone is talking about you, mocking you, threatening you. You're alone, but these voices feel so real, as if someone is standing right next to you. You walk to the kitchen, but you can't shake the feeling that someone is watching you. Maybe it's the neighbors, or maybe government has hidden cameras inside your walls. You just don't know. This isn't a scene from a horror movie. This is daily life for people living with schizophrenia, one of the most severe and hardest to understand mental disorders. Schizophrenia is a serious condition that leads to a profound break from reality. People with schizophrenia experience hallucinations that come in many forms. They might hear voices telling them what to do or see things that aren't actually there. In cases where schizophrenia includes strong paranoid features, patients often feel convinced that others are watching them or that they are part of some vast conspiracy. The voices in their heads may urge them to act in ways that can be dangerous, not just to themselves, but to others as well. That's what makes schizophrenia not only difficult to understand, but also potentially dangerous. Though schizophrenia is a chronic illness that can't be fully cured, with the right treatment, including antipsychotic medications, therapy, many people manage to live relatively normal lives. Without treatment, however, symptoms can worsen, leading to a complete breakdown of personality. Then there's Ekbom Syndrome, also known as delusional parasitosis. This disorder convinces people that their bodies are infested with parasites. They truly believe these parasites live inside them, causing strange, unpleasant sensations like itching, tingling, or crawling under the skin. Even worse, this obsession can be so intense that they start frantically searching for proof, scrubbing their skin raw, scratching until they bleed, or trying extreme measures to rid themselves of these imagined invaders. What makes Ekbom syndrome so dangerous is that the person has no idea these parasites don't exist. Dissociative identity disorder, formerly known as multiple personality disorder, is one of the most misunderstood mental health conditions. People with DID experience a split in their sense of self. Their mind shifts into a state where different aspects of their identity not only separate but also feel like entirely distinct beings. Put simply, they have several different personalities, each with its own memories, preferences, character traits, and sometimes even unique ways of perceiving reality. In practice, it might look like this. When someone shifts into another personality, they may have no memory of what happened while that personality was in control. For example, one personality might be calm and organized, while other is impulsive and confused, and the person might not remember what they did when the impulsive side took over. This disorder often stems from deep trauma, especially in childhood, such as abuse or severe neglect. It serves as a defense mechanism, helping the mind compartmentalize painful memories or emotions so the person can keep functioning day to day. These alternate personalities often have specific roles, like holding painful memories, managing fears, or helping handle situations that are too overwhelming to process. For people with Capgras Syndrome, reality takes on a strange, unsettling twist. Loved ones, friends, even partners suddenly seem like strangers. They look the same, but there's a chilling conviction that these people have been replaced by imposters who merely look like them. Capgras isn't caused by hallucinations. Instead, it results from disruptions in how the brain processes faces and emotions tied to them. This can be triggered by brain injuries, neurodegenerative diseases like dementia, or other brain disorders. Capgras syndrome is not only traumatic for the person experiencing it, but can also endanger their loved ones. When someone becomes convinced that close family members have been swapped out by strangers, paranoia and distrust quickly follow, straining relationships and often leading to social isolation. Then there's impulse control disorders, a group of conditions which includes kleptomania, pyromania, and gambling disorder. Imagine you really want to do something you know you shouldn't, like grabbing the last slice of cake in the fridge after promising yourself you wouldn't. You know it's not sensible, but your body acts anyway. and your mind can't stop it. In these disorders, the urges become much stronger and harder to resist, leading to actions that can be harmful, irresponsible, or even dangerous. People struggling with impulse control disorders have a hard time holding back from acting on impulses, despite knowing the consequences. Their mind might tell them it's wrong, but the craving is simply too overwhelming to resist. Cotard syndrome is one of the most chilling mental states. It transports a person into a world where life loses all meaning and the body feels dead. Someone with Cotards doesn't just feel like they don't exist. They genuinely believe their body has ceased to exist. It's not merely a sensation of emptiness. It's a powerful delusion from which there's no escape. Often, Cotards appears alongside severe depression with psychotic features, rather than a standalone disorder. Even though outwardly the heart beats and blood flows, the mind outright denies all evidence of life. People suffering from Cotards often refuse medical help because, in their eyes, there is nobody left to treat. Alien hand syndrome is another baffling condition where your hand quite literally develops a mind of its own. It moves independently, reaching for objects, shifting them, or grabbing things you never intended to touch. This rare neurological disorder typically follows brain damage from strokes, head injuries, or diseases like Parkinson's. Because the brain regions responsible for controlling movement stop working properly, the hand acts on its own. This sense of estrangement from one's own limb can cause anxiety, confusion, and fear. People often don't understand why their hand behaves this way or how to stop it. Intensive neurological therapy is usually needed to help regain control. It's a serious condition that demands expert care. Fregoli Syndrome is a disorder that makes someone believe everyone around them is actually the same person in disguise, constantly changing appearance. Though rare, it's profoundly disturbing. Someone with Fregoli Syndrome lives in a constant state of unease, convinced that one person is everywhere, wearing different faces, trying to harm them. This intense delusion often takes over their entire life. It's linked to neurological and psychiatric issues like schizophrenia, brain damage, or severe head trauma. Someone suffering from Fregoli may become extremely paranoid and suspicious, certain that this one person is plotting to hurt them. However, with proper therapy, psychological support, and medication, symptoms can often be reduced. Still, it's a challenging condition to diagnose, requiring deep psychological and neurological evaluation, since its symptoms can mimic other types of delusions. Finally, there's extreme derealization, a state where everything around you starts to feel strange, foreign, and unreal. The world you know transforms into something surreal, as if you're viewing it through a fog. This isn't just a fleeting sense of disconnection. It can last for hours, days, or even weeks, tormenting the person relentlessly. In such moments, the surroundings seem distorted. Everything loses its meaning, and you start doubting whether you truly exist in this world or if it's all just an illusion. Colors fade, sounds become muted, conversations lose their depth. It's as if the world has become a hollow backdrop, drained of life. This feeling that everything is unreal can trigger intense fear or even panic. People going through derealization often struggle to trust their own minds, leading to anxiety over losing touch with reality. Obsessively questioning whether what they're experiencing is real or just imagination can deepen stress and emotional pain.